So I'm going to go through a little bit about dehydration with you today. Now, I started off with a 9-tray Excalibur. I ended up upgrading to 2 9-tray Excaliburs just for my business. And also when I ran a farmer's market business, I was doing a lot of dehydrated goodies. So I needed 2 9-tray Excaliburs. Now, when you are first starting out, it is always beneficial to, if you can, get something that is 9 trays or more, because trust me, they fill up so fast. If you were to get just a 4 or 5 tray, for example, you would only be able to get one of the bread recipes in there. Because remember, we're looking at height, so you have to remove some of those trays in order to fit some stuff in, like example for the breads. And you also want to make sure you get something that is the square tray design, because it's going to make your life a lot easier, trust me. And there's a lot of really inexpensive good dehydrators out now. There's so many options for you on Amazon. Now this dehydrator that I have out in front of me here, I just want to go over a little bit with you. So this is from Commercial Dehydrators. It's a company called Commercial Dehydrators. They're in the US, in Australia, and in Canada. And this is my newest upgrade from the Excalibur dehydrator. So this is a commercially designed dehydrator, but it's great for home use because it's still quite small. It's a 16 tray, and I have it just on an IKEA cart here. So you can see here, I just have it on a wooden IKEA cart. You can put it on a little table, a little bench. If you have room on your counter space, then that's great as well. But most people like myself, I don't have that counter space room. So I just put it on an IKEA cart and I tuck it away just in the corner of the kitchen. Now, one question that I always get when I have students who are new to dehydrating and they want to get a dehydrator, they say they have nowhere to put it in their kitchen. And I tell them, you don't have to put it in your kitchen. It doesn't have to go in your kitchen. Put it anywhere in your house that you have space. And just put it on top of something like this. The IKEA cart that I have just rolls around, so I can roll it around and tuck it wherever I need to. The only thing is most dehydrators make noise, of course, because it's a fan design that's blowing the air through the dehydrator, but we'll get through that in a second. So you don't want to put it in your bedroom or anywhere close to your sleeping quarters, because then it will affect your sleep, because it does make noise, or anywhere that you don't want noise. So just remember that when you're buying a dehydrator or you're trying to figure out where in your house to put it. I lived in really small apartments before this place here, and so I always found a space. So wherever you can find a spot, but just remember, it doesn't have to go in your kitchen if you don't have room for that. So let's get into this dehydrator. I just want to go over it a little bit with you and tell you how it works and tell you how most dehydrators work. Now this is a square tray design. You can see here, once I open the door, we have square trays. So this is the design that you want. So these are 16 by 16. Excalibur is 14 by 14. So if you do have an Excalibur and you're like, hey, it's time to upgrade to something commercial, or I want to get something with more trays, just something more heavy duty, then any molds or any mats or anything that you already have for your Excalibur, they will fit on here, because this is a 16 by 16 tray. And you'll see that I have some silicone mats that are 14 by 14, and see how they fit on the 16 by 16 trays. Now the wonderful thing about this dehydrator that I love is everything is stainless steel. So the chamber is stainless steel, all of the mesh trays are stainless steel, the drip tray underneath, which I love, is stainless steel. I have some buckwheat and a sunflower seed on there. So this is the drip tray that you have. And what I love about this is perfect for liquids. So I love doing raw jams in the dehydrator, for example. And if I put it in the Excalibur in a bowl on a tray, usually it can take up to 24 hours to dehydrate. I put raw jam on this tray and it takes about 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours, and it's done. So this makes it more beneficial if you're trying to do liquids, jams, but this also doubles as the drip tray. So the way that dehydrators work, most dehydrators these days, is there are fans in the back. So this one has 2 fans because it is quite large. And what happens is there's a vent in the back, so it brings the air through the back, circulates the air. It ends up going into 360-degree rotation. The elements heat up in the back, so there's elements that are surrounding the fans, and that will be at the temperature to whatever temperature that you set in your digital temperature gauge here. And then what happens is it heats up that air, and then it starts blowing the air throughout the unit and evenly distributes it so that it doesn't matter what tray you're using, everything is going to dehydrate evenly. Now, the other really cool thing about this model and about the models at Commercial Dehydrators is they are double walled. So they're double stainless steel walls. And the wonderful thing about this, it's really good for energy efficiency because you're not going to get a lot of that hot air release. It's going to be contained within the unit, which means it also warms up quicker. So this is one feature that I absolutely loved about this. Also, this glass in front is actually tempered glass, making this whole unit 100% for commercial use if you wanted to use it for commercial. But like I said, it's also wonderful for home use because it is still quite small. It's 16 tray. So if you're looking to upgrade, then I would highly recommend this dehydrator, the 16 tray from Commercial Dehydrators. Now, what I also love about this is everything is digital. So you have your on-off button. I'm just going to close the door here. And then you can turn the unit on like this. You select your temperature, and you can change the temperature between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And then there's a timer here. So there's a 99-hour timer, which is what I love. So then you would press the temperature. If you want it more or less, you would just press the minus or plus sign. And then really easy to turn off just like that. Now, another thing that I love about this dehydrator is you would think right away, because it's a little bit larger, that it consumes more energy, but it actually does not. This only puts out 600 watts, the exact same as a 9-tray Excalibur. When dehydrators, in fact, don't add much to your electricity bill anyway, it's about 9 cents an hour average. So don't be afraid about getting a larger dehydrator thinking that it's going to cost you more. So it's a wonderful unit. I've been using it now for 7 months. I absolutely love it. But I know you probably want to get into these recipes, so let's get into that. So first we are going to start off with the banana bread. So I will see you in the next video for that.